Welcome, friends, to Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter. We bring you the greatest female voices in the music industry, from the artists, songwriters, and producers, to managers and executives, and all the women who make the music industry what it is today. Thank you for joining us. Welcome, friends, to another episode of Crazy Women Country. I'm Donna.
I'm Paula, and today we have Demi Michelle with us. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm so excited to be back. It's been a few times, so I'm really excited to be here again. Thank you for having me.
Hey, no worries. So, for the fans who do not know who Demi is, tell us all about you.
Oh goodness, how much time? I can just go on. I have a long list. Yeah, my name is Demi Michelle. Let's first start with the music. I am a songwriter and recording artist, primarily of country and pop music, but I do like to be multi-genre. I think it's really fun. I won my first music award last year at the ISSA Awards in Atlanta. My EP, It Is What It Is, won USA Female Album of the Year Bronze, which was the coolest thing. I am also a podcaster. I host two shows. One is called Right on Track, a songwriting podcast, which I've hosted since 2021. And very recently, I started Literary Blend, a publishing podcast, which is for the publishing industry because I'm also an agented author represented by Michelle Jackson at LCS Literary. And on top of that, I'm also a freelance editor through my editing services, Amethyst Ink Editorial.
You stay way too busy.
No.
You make the rest of us sound we're not worthy. Awesome.
Yeah. That is so awesome, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So amazing. Absolutely.
So let's just talk about your most recent release, though. I know Kind Heart just came out. Tell us a little bit about that song.
Yeah, so Kind Heart is the lead single off my upcoming album, Hear Me Out. And I wrote this song because there came a time where I was doing a lot of reflecting on what it was like being a kind person. Because a lot of people always say kindness goes a long way and it doesn't cost a thing, and being nice doesn't cost anything. And those things are true. But at the same time, I found that being a kind person does have some consequences that come along with it, like people taking advantage of your kindness and not reciprocating. And I found too that being kind and not really wanting to show when I'm feeling down or whatever, I hide it a lot. And so a lot of times too, when someone's kind, you don't really know that they're dealing with things too. And so when we deal with all these extra things that come along with being nice, it's kind of in the background and, you know, the curtain's down and no one really knows. And so I was dealing with all these emotions, and I decided that beyond all that, I still want to be a good person. I want to be kind, and despite all the other things, that I'm not going to change who I am. And so I wrote Kind Heart to kind of shine a light on what it's like to be kind and the different aspects to that aren't talked about a whole lot. That is a piano ballad featuring flute. My incredible flutist Anna O'Malley did a fabulous job on that. I've always wanted flute on a song, and Kind Heart was a perfect one. And so I'm really excited to kick off another chapter of mine with Hear Me Out. And I worked on the whole album with my producer Bob McCutcheon as well.
Perfect. It sounds like a song that a lot of people are going to relate to, because there's a lot of kind people out there that do good things, but obviously people take advantage of them all the time, and which is horrible. It really is horrible. But, yeah.
I think it's going to be an awesome song as far as the outtake and not just for today, but for years to come. Just the message in it is universal. It's something that, yes, more people need to do.
Definitely.
Yeah, I know, exactly. And I think that's the thing too with my first album and the EP too. I was still in a space of discovering who I am as a songwriter, and I feel like I've gotten to a place now where I'm comfortable with my sound and with using my voice in my music, which is why it's called Hear Me Out. And when you look at the album, which is called Dear Diary, my debut, it's just from the title, there was definitely a shift. And I feel like on the album in general, every single song, I'm talking about things that I haven't talked about before. And so each song on that album is a different perspective that I have on various things. And I think it's really good for me to kind of step outside my comfort zone and finally be writing about things I haven't written about before, because it's allowing me to grow as a songwriter as well.
Absolutely.
Perfect. I can't wait to hear
everything
it.
we do, I think, makes us grow.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So
Sorry.
no, it's okay. Well, forget Paul. It's late at night in Spain, so yeah.
I'm just going back. I need to wake up.
She's like, I need caffeine. Hold on, I can't focus.
In his room is like, my cup of tea. Sorry. I'm just in the corner and just going mad and don't worry about it.
So, in addition to obviously new music coming out and the new album and all that good stuff, this year, this summer, you're doing something special with the ISSA after party. You want to tell everyone? Are you allowed to tell everyone?
Yeah, I will be performing at the ISSA after party, which is wild because I submitted the performance application after I won last year. When I started to submit for nominations and things this year, I was like, oh, I want to try. And there are so many people that I was like, there's no way. And I think there's like 16-ish. And I cannot believe that I got selected. So I'm really, really excited. I'll be playing 2 songs acoustic. And I do not know why my eyes watering and it's burning. So just ignore me for a second.
And this is the crazy.
I look like I'm crying, but I'm not. It's just like out of the blue, man. Oh man!
I swear there's no pepper
crazy
spray.
Country.
Yeah, there's no pepper spray. We did not alert the police. It's all
We
good.
didn't attack you, really.
Oh man.
Oh. That's awesome.
No, it happens. You know, if you were in Florida right now, I'd be like, whatever. The pollen's so bad right now. Like, we washed the car, and I went out, and then it was covered in pollen. Like, literally, I'm not kidding. Like, I was just like, what in the world?
What the hell?
So.
Oh man. Yeah. Well, if I look like I'm crying the rest of this interview, that's why.
She's so excited to be in Crazy Women
It's like, my eyes are burning.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Why'd you make Demi cry? Don't make Demi cry. That's not nice.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
Just kidding.
Oh man.
We're just playing, everyone.
Anyways. Cool.
No. See, it's the excitement of being with us.
That's it. It's the excitement. You're so overwhelmed with joy.
I know. I'm really, really excited for that. I need to pick my songs. I'm probably going to do one from It Is What It Is, which won the award last year, and then one from the new album, because that just makes the most sense. So I'm going to pick eventually, but didn't get to the picking part yet.
Hey, that's okay. As long as you have it, like, before you go on the stage, right?
Yeah. It's in August, so I have a bit.
Little bit of time. A little bit.
Oh, perfect.
So in addition, now I know you just finished a short story that we were talking about a little bit, because the one thing I love about you is not just your music writing and stuff like that, but you know, you do a lot of writing. So can you tell us a little bit about the short story and what it's about? Yeah, so I got a short story acceptance. So something I really wanted to do this year was write and submit short stories to anthologies. I haven't done that in the past just because I was really focusing on my full-length manuscripts to get agented. And now that I'm agented between projects and when I'm waiting for edits from my agent and stuff, it's really fun to write short stories, not only to like fill the time, but also when you're writing to specific submission calls, typically they have themes and certain things they want, and so it's kind of forcing me to write something I wouldn't think of on my own. So it's allowing me to explore different genres and that kind of thing. And so in January, I saw a submission call for an anthology through Wild Ink Publishing, which is a smaller press, but they're really becoming notable now. And there's somebody I know in the industry who does things with them, and they were like, oh, like they do anthologies and you should submit. And this was like at the end of last year, and I like didn't really follow up on like looking at them because again, I was working on getting an agent. And so at the beginning of the year, I was like, I want to do anthology submissions. And so I happened to go on the website and I saw that they had a submission call, and it was closing like a few days after I saw it, and I'm like, oh man. So I like threw it together,
sent it to a couple of friends to get me feedback, and this was like all in the same weekend pretty much, and I submitted it, and obviously for a couple of weeks it was crickets and didn't hear anything, and then like late on a Friday night I got an email that it was accepted, and so the anthology is called Cleo's Curious Dash Through Time. My story is, you know the Legend of Atlantis, like the lost city?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's basically an origin story for that, of how the Legend of Atlantis came to be. So that's what it is. So that will be out in the anthology. I'm still not 100% sure when that will be coming out, but I will definitely be sharing on my socials and site and everything when that is coming out. And I recently just submitted a short story to another anthology, so I haven't heard back from that one yet, but I'm just keeping my fingers crossed. And that one too, it was crazy because that was the very first time I'd ever submitted to something like that, and to get an acceptance for the first one blew my mind, because when I was trying to get an agent, I queried 3 books for like a year and 4 months, and it took a really long time, so my expectations were like below the floor. So it was crazy to like get an acceptance like that, so I'm really, really excited.
I love the way she
That's
says, I
awesome.
did it just to fill some time. I mean, how do you have any time to fill? I mean, you're so busy. Seriously. You make the
Yeah.
rest of us look, lazy. That's awesome.
I
Yeah.
think if it's something you really want to do, you'll make the time to get it done.
Mm,
And
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
and
And that's the other
sometimes
thing
it's
too. Oh, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say sometimes it's just the right time. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing too is like with the short stories, because they're shorter, like it's easier to write something and send it out, and there's not as much risk involved. Whereas like when I was doing my novel, it's like 80,000 words or more that I worked on for months and months and months, and then you're sending that out. With a short story, like they're typically between like 2,000 and 5,000 words, and so like it's less time to write it. And then if you don't get accepted, then you can submit it to a different thing when it rolls
Yeah.
around. So there's not as much stress factor or like risk factor. So that's why I'm really enjoying it.
That's cool. It sounds like fun.
absolutely.
Sounds
And
like fun.
Yeah.
between the different writers, like what's his name, Stephen King, and all the other great writers that have been declined, and no, 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 no all the time. Just keep doing
Yeah.
it, because when it comes to books and stuff, it just takes the right person and the right time, and
Right. Mm-hmm.
no different
Yeah.
than songwriting, right? If you're pitching to someone else or for someone else, it just takes that right person. So
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was crazy too for my book, because I was in Nashville for the Josie Music Awards actually, and the morning of the award show, I woke up and I had a rejection from an agent, and it like just completely threw my mood, because I was like, I'm here to have fun and I have to like start my day like this. So I was like miserable, went down to breakfast, went back to the hotel, and when I got back to the hotel, like the room, I looked at my email, and my now agent, she requested my full manuscript, and I was like really excited, and I sent it to her before I left, and 3 days later she emailed me to set up the phone call for the offer. So once it started happening, it went really quick, because typically like after someone requests a full manuscript, like you gotta wait months and months, like 3 days. When I saw my email, I was like, no way, like this is definitely rejection. She stopped in the middle, she didn't like it, and I just self-rejected myself, because that's all I was used to,
Yeah.
so it was a fun little surprise.
Nice. Nice.
that's
Congratulations.
awesome.
That's awesome. That's really great news.
Absolutely. So would you like to do our 20 crazy questions?
My favorite. Let's go. I
know,
remember
we
the
We're
usually
doing
first
just
20.
one.
do
I was
like,
like,
Oh
oh
my God.
no.
we're
And
doing
now I'm like,
20.
okay, let's go.
Well, you answer very quickly, so we can do 20 with you. We've been doing with all the new people 13, because it was kind of unique. Like they're like thinking about these, and I'm like, no, don't think about it, just answer.
Don't think, just answer.
Just give me something. Like, it doesn't matter. It's
Yeah,
fun.
this is
So
fun. Yeah.
Okay, are we ready to do this? 20 questions.
yep.
Good. Okay. What's your favorite type of transport?
My favorite what?
Your favorite type of transport?
I'm not getting it. My favorite.
Transport, like
Type of
driving,
transport. Like,
flying.
Mode of transport. Oh, okay. I cannot hear apparently.
sorry.
I guess. I mean, it's weird because people don't like flying, but I kind of like flying planes.
That's cool. I don't mind flying.
Now, I researched before we came on just to make sure I had some new good questions for you.
Oh no.
If you could choose your own name, what would you want it to be, and why?
My own name. I've always liked the name Brie or Brianna, and so my first name would be Brianna. That's always been like my favorite name. And I actually named a character in one of my stories, my thriller. Her name's Brielle, but she goes by Brie.
Nice.
I've got Bilbo. Okay. if you're having a bad day, what's your feel good TV show or film?
Pretty Little Liars is my obsession, and I've been currently rewatching it. So Pretty Little Liars, so good.
I love them. I've got the book series now. I'm reading the books.
The books are really good too.
Cool.
Tell me, what is your favorite movie line?
My favorite movie line. Oh God, I don't know. This one's gonna get me.
Should I change it to TV show?
Oh, you know what? Wait, I got one. It's so basic, but I love Harry Potter, and I love in Deathly Hallows when they're talking about Snape loving Lily, and Dumbledore goes, "After all this time," and Snape goes, "Always." That's my favorite.
I love that. That's so cool.
Yes.
If you could write with anyone, dead or alive, who would you write with?
Music or books?
Either. You've got the option of both worlds.
Oh, okay. So for music, obviously Julia Michaels because she's my favorite, and for books, Rick Riordan, who wrote Percy Jackson.
Ooh, I love that one.
Have you ever seen a ghost? And if yes, where?
I do not think I've ever seen a ghost, and I would not like to see a ghost because then I'd be creeped out for the rest of my life.
If your life was a reality show, what would it be called?
Oh God, something butterfly related. The real life of a butterfly, or Metamorphosis Nation, or something like that.
Cool name, Jack. Come up with like this. Wow, that's awesome.
Spread your wings or something.
That's a good one, yeah. In your opinion, does round or square pizza taste better?
Oh God, the pizza conversations always get me. I personally, round, the square ones, when I eat them, the crust like isn't proper. I just like the crust at the one end, and if you get a pizza in the middle of a square pizza, then you like don't get the crust, and I like the crust, so let's go with the round.
I didn't even know you get square pizzas. There you go. I'm well out of there, am I?
I will have to get you a square pizza. You're going to have to come to the US and we're going to have to do a square pizza. Actually, it's a rectangle. It comes in a rectangle, like I think Jets does it. I think that's it. Yeah, Jets does it. So yeah,
that's funny.
It's a pizza place here. Yeah, in Florida.
That's really funny.
I'm from the Florida now. Okay, what emoji do you use the most?
I would like to say the butterfly one, where I use that a lot, but right now in my currents, it's definitely the number one is like the sparkle one.
Well,
but the butterfly one's my favorite, obviously.
Are you sure? Do you like butterflies? No, I'm kidding.
I do.
just teasing.
You can probably tell from my background.
I don't think I've ever seen you not with butterflies. Like, honestly,
yeah,
I don't
there's
think.
always butterflies somewhere.
Yeah. My SSA Awards dress had butterflies on it, and that wasn't even planned. Like, when I went to get the dress, if I would have went thinking I want to get a butterfly dress, I would not have found it. That was the last one I found. It was wild.
That was awesome. That is very cool.
That was a beautiful dress too, by the way.
Thank you.
So tell me, what's your favorite dinosaur?
Stegosaurus.
Oh my lord!
I didn't expect that quick a response for your favorite dinosaur, but okay.
Way too
They're the spiky things on the back. They're I like them.
Yeah.
It's okay.
They're plant eaters.
What do you do to help yourself relax? Away from music, away from writing.
Oh, you cut out there. What was that?
Oh, what do you do to help yourself relax? So no writing, no music, just.
I love listening to audiobooks.
Oh, okay, cool. I like that. Audiobooks.
What Olympic sport isn't, but should be?
Oh gosh. Olympic sport. Wait, so like what sport would I want to be in the Olympics that isn't?
Yes.
Did they ever they make cheerleading one? Because I was a cheerleader. I don't think they ever made it an Olympic sport, did they?
I don't know.
That'd
I
be quite
don't
cool.
think
I think
so.
it almost
I don't
became one
think
at
so.
some point.
Yeah. I feel like people were
I
voting
also
for that.
figure skated. I was also a figure skater at one point, and that's obviously one of the main ones, an Olympic sport. If you want to go music, like trying to write a song, I think that takes Olympic skill.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's not a sport, but I think it
Songwriting,
is.
the new Olympic skill. I like it.
Yeah, that'd be
I
sweet.
love it. If you owned a bar, what would you call it?
On the bar. Butterfly shots. All the butterfly answers.
Butterfly shots. I love it. I love it. That's very cool.
Oh, if we were out one night, what would we be arrested for?
Oh my god. I'm talking too loud because I'm extremely loud.
Never. I would never
Like,
say it.
I'm like, if like literally like people who don't know me, I'm really introverted, but like when I'm around people that I'm like friends with or know, I'm so loud. Like people would even say like in school, they could hear me like down the hallway or like in class, like doing work assignments. Like the teachers would always tell me to like lower my voice because I was very loud, so I would get arrested for being loud.
Disturbing the peace. I love it. Okay. What's one hobby you have that might surprise people?
Oh my God, all my hobbies are like my things, like music, books, and podcasts. Those are my hobbies. I'm trying to think if I have a hobby that's like not related to that.
You're not a secret pole dancer or something.
No, I honestly like all I do
My
is
pole would
like
probably fall over, like I didn't install it wrong or
Yeah,
something.
that'd be good.
no, at one point I did, and I should do it again. I would like make pillows with a loom and like use the thread and needle make I learned how to do it in school, and I like made a couple pillows, and so that was a hobby at one point. But then like all my hobbies, like podcasting was a hobby for me at one point, and I do it too seriously to call it a hobby. So I do not have a normal hobby. I should probably get one.
You don't have a normal hobby. I love it.
Our next goal is to help you find a hobby. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me, in your opinion, what TV show needs a reboot?
Oh, I mean, because I mentioned they tried to do like a Pretty Little Liars spin-off thing and it didn't work. I'm trying to think if there's another show that I really liked The Lion Game, and they like discontinued it, and that should come back. That was another one of Sarah Shepard's books that they adapted for TV.
Okay.
Yeah, the Lion Game. I get frustrated with TV shows, and that's why I don't really watch a whole lot. It's because you'll get into like a couple seasons, and then they'll stop it, and it's like, well, what am I supposed to do with this cliffhanger now? Nothing.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. I always
okay.
catch the ones that are one season. I'm like, what? It was actually good. Like, what was it? Not Lost. It was the one, Daily Alaskan with Hilary Swank. I was like, that's such a good, inspiring thing. Like, regardless of what it's doing, it was inspiring. And I'm like, and that was only one season. I'm like, no, why?
Yeah.
So annoying, it really is. Okay, what is your guilty pleasure food?
I mean, I like pizza.
What topping?
Plain pizza. I will eat pepperoni sometimes, but I like plain. And here we go back with the pizza discussions.
I love that. We always turn back to pizza. You know that pizza rock.
Yeah, because there was a big debate of pineapple or non-pineapple.
Oh my God, all the time. It's always on Twitter.
I love it. We had a debate with it, yeah.
Hey,
Paula
told me the other day.
Pineapple.
Yeah,
huh?
Paula told me the other day about, she's like, hey, they're taking our questions. There was one about dead bodies. I'm like, what?
I know.
Oh my gosh.
What about dead bodies? Hello? That's our question.
Yeah.
You started that.
You have to tag us when you're using our questions. Come on, no. Okay.
How dare you?
If you would eat a crayon because you're 6, what color would it be?
Purple, because it's my favorite.
That's a great question. I love that question.
I told you I have some crazy ones.
I love purple. Huh?
Okay. I love that. Okay.
Do not want to eat wax though, so no thank you.
Yeah.
That's not quite good, is it?
Oh,
Okay.
speaking of wax, I have a story real quick. So when I was when I was in undergrad, my school brought in this thing where you can like you put your hand in wax and make like for example, like I cross my fingers like this, and I have a wax like mold of me doing this. I'll have to send you a picture. And it was wild because what they did was they put your hand in like ice cold water and held it there for like a minute. Then they put your hand in wax, and I think it was like 170 degrees or something. And then just so you didn't get burned, like I could not feel my hand. Then after they put it in the wax, they put it back in the ice and it like froze it. And then they peeled it off your hand and it kept shape. And it's the coolest thing, but I would not suffer through that again. My hand hurt so bad when I was in the ice. Do not recommend.
That would be very, very
Okay.
cold.
List of things not to do ever again. Got it.
Do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it. Yeah, don't do that. It's cool one time, but again, no thanks.
Okay. We'll remember that for future reference. Okay.
Yeah.
What scares you the most?
It scares me the most. Failure. Deep question.
Yeah,
That
very
is.
deep.
Yeah.
That's the last one.
Go from what crayon would you eat till it scares you the most? Okay.
Right?
Eating the crayon.
I mean,
Purple not tasting right.
yeah. But I mean, failure, if you think about it, is the first attempt in learning.
Wait, what was that?
First attempt in learning is fail.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, I think about that a lot. I just mean like failure as a whole, like just not succeeding. Yeah. But I know I've gotten better at seeing failure as like a stepping stone, but I still fear like failing completely.
And remember, there's your own level. So everyone has different levels. You have to succeed at your own level, and you will do it because I know you're a determined person, so you will do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But okay, last question. A silly question again, because why not? Because we're still 6, do you have an imaginary friend?
Because we're still 6. A little bit.
No, I don't. I talk to myself in my brain a lot. It's in my brain. I have like internal monologue. Does anybody else have this? Did you internal monologue?
Do you know what? Have you seen that cartoon? Oh, what's that cartoon? When you got little people in their head and they run around and they got happy and they got sad.
Yeah, we cannot think of the movie. The Pixar movie.
What's that cartoon called?
Yeah.
Emotions, not emotions.
I'm not sure.
What is it called?
Yeah, because it's like the little crying lady, and she's always
Yeah,
crying.
you've got the one that cries, and then you got the one.
She reminds me of Thelma from Scooby Doo.
Didn't watch Scooby Doo. No clue what you're talking about. I didn't watch it.
I mean, you and I are going to have a Scooby Doo with thong.
Oh God.
Scooby Doo. That's it. I'm coming over now. You need to watch Scooby Doo. How could you not watch Scooby Doo? Scooby Doo built my childhood, knowing that.
Okay, so as a kid, what cartoons did you watch? Because maybe it's just the generation gap. We'll say maybe it's that.
It could be.
I knew what it was.
You just didn't watch it?
You knew what it was, but
I just didn't watch it.
You should watch it. Inside Out.
Inside Out, thank you. That was a great movie.
They have these little people in their head.
Okay. And yeah, I've never heard of that one.
Very cool.
Okay, so now to me, your homework is you have to go check out Inside Out because it was a very good movie. It's an animated movie. It's like a Disney Pixar thing, so it's cool. It's fun.
Okay.
It's fun. And it will relate to you. They're bringing out a second one as well. I'm so
the second one's coming out, or did it come out?
I'm such a kid.
We're children. We're still 6. Thank you.
6.
Oh man, that's fun.
Absolutely, always. So
that was very cool.
Obviously, we talked about the ISSA awards. What else is happening for the rest of 2024?
So I am releasing 2 more singles before the full album. The first single is called Passive Aggressive, and that's hopefully going to come out in May. It's basically about how I cannot stand people who are passive aggressive. So if you're passive aggressive, I don't like you, and you may not like the song because I'm basically calling passive aggressive people out. So there's that. It's really fun. It's like a pop rocky, like edgy song. I've never done anything like that before. Then the other single is called I'm Introverted, So What? As I mentioned, I'm an introvert and unapologetically so. And so that's a really fun one, basically empowering introverts and saying that if you're an introvert, that's totally fine. Then the full album's coming out later in the summer. It's called Hear Me Out, and it has 8 songs on it. And then I also am working on 2 Christmas singles, which will be coming in November. The one is called Meet Me at Christmas Time, and the other one is called Candy Cane. So those are all the music things. For the short story I mentioned earlier, hopefully soon I will have more about the publication and when that'll be coming out. As far as I know, they do physical copies, so I will finally get to hold a book with my writing in it for the first time whenever that comes. Also manifest a book deal for me with my full-length stuff, so keeping my fingers crossed for that. And that's pretty much the big things.
Awesome. Pretty much.
Beautiful.
That's a busy year.
Much, yeah.
That's a busy year. And whatever else comes on top of that, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
Awesome. We look forward to your socials and when everything comes out, the books, I say books meaning the short story and the books, you know,
Yep.
as well as all the music, because, you know, we always look forward to that. Although we may not be friends after Passive Aggressive, but we still love you. No. We will have to agree to disagree, okay? Yeah.
The thing with passive aggressive people is they think they're sly, but they're not. Like if someone's passive aggressive, I can 100% tell. And it's just like, that song, I wrote it so quickly, and it was really funny because it was like one day in May last year. I had a session coming up in June, and I wrote it so quick, and I was like, God, like if I don't record this at my session, I'm going to go nuts because I have to record this. And so I texted Luke, my guitarist, and I was like, look, I know my session is in like 2 weeks, but like you got to do the guitar for this. And he did it for me, and oh my God, it's so good. I cannot wait to share it. It's my fave at the moment. So yeah, it's sassy. Sassy.
We got a
Looking
sassy
forward to it for
tomorrow,
sure then.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for joining us, and make sure you check out all the links in the description and follow Demi for the latest, greatest releases and all the stuff she is doing. So much that I can't even keep track some days. I have to ask her, what are you doing right now? You know? So follow along on the socials. And Miss Demi, thank you for coming back.
Thank you.
You're always welcome.
Oh, thank you for having me again. Thank you for the fun questions, and it was fun and unhinged with my burning eyes and the random conversation. Here we are.
Yes. And don't eat crayons, FYI. It's not. Don't eat crayons.
Yeah,
we don't
it's not
advise
fun.
that. What else don't we advise? Is there anything else we have to tell
We don't
people?
advise
Don't
putting
do?
your hand in hot ice.
There are disclaimers
in
like
ice and
yeah. Do not put your hands in ice. Go into hot wax. Do back in ice unless it is
we don't
approved
recommend that.
process with people that know what they're doing. Yeah. So.
Just in case we
All
get
right.
in trouble because you can imagine it.
Yeah. Have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's episode of Crazy Women Country, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Be sure to click the subscribe button for new interviews weekly. And thank you, friends, for joining us today on Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter.